Hey guys, this is Taylor. On this episode of Elevate Technique, I'm going to go over the most important position for your clean and snatch. So we're going to go over the power position today. It's essentially at the top of your second pole when we're trying to extend upward. A lot of times this gets overlooked or it's just not done correctly. I spend a lot of time correcting this on lifters who already have experience. Whereas if I teach them from the ground up, or essentially from the top down, I would start with power position because that's where they're gonna get the most reps and it's gonna be the most important part of the lift. So let's go over what it looks like and some common faults. So for this video, I'm gonna talk about kind of the setup on snatches, but it's exactly the same on clean. So power position on snatches is gonna look like this. So the bar is in my hip crease because I have a wide grip. If it were cleans, it'd be pretty much the same thing, but I'm gonna be at the top of my thigh. So it's really just a matter of the width of your grip here. So the most common fault I see on this is shoulders being too far forward. So if it gets set up, it will look like this. Or shoulders getting out in front of the bar. And the result is usually that the bar swings out in front. So what I would do to correct that is pretty simple. Just think about sliding down a wall with your torso. So that way you're sitting with your shoulders back behind the bar. And once I sit into that position, and let my knees go out, stay on the center of my foot. And that way my extension is going to be vertical rather than swinging out. The second fault is that knees go out too far forward. So your weight goes out over your toes. You see the knees kind of go forward. Now I'm just pushing right off my quads rather than using kind of the stronger, bigger muscles with my hamstrings and glutes. So it's sort of like correction one, but I'm going to try to sort of push my knees out to the side, stay nice and upright, and that way I'm avoiding those knees going out, and they're pushed to the sides and I can stay on the middle of my foot. The third biggest fault I see is just missing this position completely. So if you go to the hang or the floor and you just skip through that step, and the bar is never actually going into the hip. So it's an inefficient bar path. And on top of that, the weight's getting away from you. So if we can drive that bar back to extend up and actually make some contact in the hip, I can keep the bar nice and close. But you're gonna need to practice that by starting with just position one. So do some cleans and snatches just from one, practice that vertical drive, and I guarantee it'll fix your lifts. This is Taylor from Elevate, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to Elevate St. Pete on YouTube. Thanks.
Boom.